Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. I hope you're keeping well and having a good start to the new year. This is the preview of West Ham's 10th away game of the 22-23 Premier League season, where we travel to Wolverhampton to take on Wolves at the Molineux Stadium for 3 o'clock kickoff this Saturday afternoon, not on any UK TV channel. As always, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, but as you can see from the animation that's up here, there's also Wolves retro gear in there as well, along with Admiral and Umbro track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, I will be sending the commission on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area and are helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter in this difficult time to put food on people's tables that are really struggling to do so. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. Depending on what you're purchasing, you'll be saving a few quid in comparison to your respective club shop, and you'll be helping those that are less fortunate than you and I. So let's start off by talking about the officials. As always, the referee is Simon Hooper. His assistants are Adrian Holmes and Mark Scholes. Or Skulls, I think you pronounce that. The fourth official is Craig Pawson. On VAR is David Coote, and his assistant is Richard West. Now, of our last 4 away trips to Molineux in the Premier League, we've won 1, drawn none, and lost 3. And Moyes has travelled to Molineux 6 times as a Premier League manager. And it's about right for David Moyes' history, really. He's won 2, drawn 2, and lost 2. So it's fair to middling for him, unfortunately, from one point of view. Now, as you remember, we beat Wolves 2-0 at home at the start of October with goals from Skamaka and Bowen, playing a 4-2-3-1. And at the time of this recording, Wolves are second from bottom after 18 games, winning 3, drawing 5 and losing 10, scoring 10 goals and conceding 27 on 14 points and a point, and 7 goals below us. That's how tight it's really getting, as we all know. Now, Wolves' home form of the 9 games played at home so far, they've won 2, drawn 2 and lost 5, scoring 5 and conceding 14, and they've only won 1 of their last 5 games and losing the other 4. Now, manager Julian Lopetegui, I think you pronounce that, I'm not 100% sure. His go-to formation seems to be either 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. So it's very, very difficult, especially at home. His away form, he changes it up a little bit more, but he doesn't really seem to know what he wants yet from that point of view. But at the same point, as I'm saying, for a lot of the time, choose your formation and choose your tactics to exploit the weaknesses of the opposition, as I've said on many, many times. And I do think the 3-5-2 or the 5-3-2 or the 3-5-1-1, as it will be when we come to talk about the starting 11 that I'm hoping Moyes is going to put out, will actually really help to exploit either position that he's going to be putting out. And of course, guys, there's timestamps in the description, so you'll be able to zoom around and watch whatever section you want. Now, Wolves' style of play is attacking down the right and taking long shots. Due to their league position, they don't seem to have any notable strengths, but they are weak at defending against attacks down the wing and defending against long shots even. So basically, at the end of the day, guys, they're pretty bad at defending the style they're trying to play, which happens quite a fair bit, especially when you're trying to stay up. They're also weak at defending against through ball attacks and aerial duels, and are very weak at finishing scoring chances. Sounds a bit like us, really, doesn't it? It really, really does. Now, this video is being recorded as of the time of when Wolves are playing Notts Forest, or Notts County, I think it's Notts Forest, in the League Cup. So things may change after this. But turning to Wolves' injuries, it looks like Kalazidzic, I think you pronounce that, it seems to be out long-term due to a knee injury. Traore is out with a muscular injury and seems to be out for around about 1 to 2 months, which is one of the reasons why the Antonio rumour, it seems to be gathering a little bit of speed as it stands at the moment, because obviously we've got 20 days until the transfer window closes. I've not been able to do my video on that yet, nor have I been able to do my video on the accounts. It's been so busy, what with the new job and the game's coming thick and fast. You will be seeing it soon, trust me, but I'm just got to try and find some time to do it. That's the problem. But as I say, they seem to be interested in Antonio. maybe as a cover for Traore. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Tavares is also out with a knee injury and could be back around early April. Neto is due to have ankle surgery. Sorry, he was recovering from ankle surgery, I should say, and may return around the end of next month. Podence is 50% chance of returning in some form this week, as he was on the bench against Notts Forest in the League Cup last night, or now, as at the time of this recording, and also Onuri was starting back as well. So it looks like they're working a little bit high on trying to get people back as quickly as possible. And what better way to do it is put them out in the League Cup? It's a really good idea. Anyway. Wolves' highest home scorer so far this season is Neves with 3 goals from 9 appearances, and their highest assisters are Nunes, Guedes, along with the injured Traore, all with 1 assist each. So players to look out for, obviously other than the guys we've already mentioned: Costa, Moutinho, Neves, if he does do at some point, we won't see him out, but also Nunes, Semedo, Podence, if he's going to be fit. I think he will, to be honest with you. And that brings us quite nicely round to the Patreon section, where we go into a little bit further detail of how I think Wolves are going to set up and how I think we should be playing against them. But just before we go into that quickly, Wolves are a very tricky side to beat. As I say, they've only won 1 in their last 5 home games, and we rock up. Yeah. So guys, let's turn over now to those Patrons. If you want to become a Patron, details in the description. £3.50 a month max, plus VAT. That's it. One charge. You paid less for half a pint. Sorry, pay more for half a pint in London than you do to get access to additional information. So yeah, let's now turn over to the Patreon analysis of the Wolves side. Okay guys, so turning to West Ham with, the 4th round reaction video is absolutely blown up. So thank you to any Derby fans that may be watching. I'll do this in the preview actually as well for that matter. But it's been 1.6 views in a day, almost 2 days. It's mental. It's almost going to be overtaking the watch along that we did for the Brentford FA Cup game. And the guys that have been putting their comments in, the Derby fans, not one West Ham fan yet, I've noticed. There. So it's nice to know that other people are appreciating my content. But seriously, it's been fantastic. But let's talk about West Ham now. Obviously, I still remain that Cresswell was being rushed back. He didn't have the best of games recently. Wolves are still interested in looking at Dawson apparently, which is very, very interesting. But in terms of the injuries list itself, Cornet is still out long term. Now, as we know, in the summer and previous January transfer window, if I remember correctly, we were heavily linked with Danjama. It looks like that move could be on again because of to be on loan till the end of the season. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. I know, myself included, we as West Ham fans, we really went to town on David Moyes, especially during the Brentford FA Cup game, why he took Scamacca off. I questioned it. I know a few guys that were watching were questioning it as well. It seems that Scamacca was actually asked to come off because he picked up a knee injury, and I'm guessing has had a scan and is all okay, because he's been involved in training this week, according to the video that went up on the West Ham YouTube channel and website. So I don't think the knee is too bad. Areola picked up a groin strain during the training prior to the FA Cup game. So I don't think he's going to be on the bench for this in any shape or form. Certainly not going to start. Soufal has 75% chance of returning from the injury that he picked up against Leeds, which is a good news from that side of things. Lanzini is also 75% chance of returning due to a tight groin strain that kept him out of the Brentford FA Cup game. And he looks like Lanzini is also back in training as well, which is fantastic. But to round the injury section off with some really, really good news, Kurt Zouma has started training now, so this seems a huge plus from our back line, but doesn't seem to be anywhere near the first team, at least not yet. So guys, put your comments in the comment section below. I'm really interested to see what you guys are going to be saying about this, as I always do. And now let's turn over to the starting 11, which I know is never going to happen in a million years. I'll be very surprised if he does this formation, much less this squad I'm looking to put out for the starting 11. But guys, here is the starting 11 that I'm hoping David Moyes is going to put out. Fabianski in goal, with a back three of Dawson, Ogbonna and Aguerd. Soufal and Emerson as the wing backs, with Rice, Paqueta and Benrahma in midfield, with Fornal sitting behind Scamacca up front. So thank you very much for your time, guys. If you haven't already done so, please do like, share and subscribe. It's fantastic that we're now getting away from the glass ceiling of 2,200 subscribers. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please do subscribe if you haven't already done so. Make sure you hit your notification bells to all. Put your comments in the comment section below, as always. And yeah, we'll be live on Saturday for the watch along, so make sure you're aware for that. And that's the reason why you need to make the notifications available. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, because this will be going up at Thursday lunchtime ish, early afternoon. So look after yourselves, take care, and I'll see you soon.